Good morning from Chez Moi. It's the 1st of July, or about the last of summer. What's that? The last of summer? Yeah, I don't follow the seasons other people do. After the 4th of July in Georgia, we enter the heat. That lasts until about the end of September, and it's exactly what it says. So this has been a cool, wet summer, which is awesome for my plants. We had a beautiful transition from Sweet William in the wildflower garden to these cone flowers that are just everywhere. The bumblebees adore them. I don't know if you can see over there. Let's see if we can tighten up a little bit. Bumblebee on those echinacea back there. Nope, not going to tighten that far. We'll see them. Anyway, I want to do a really in-depth study of what's going on. I've been trying to stay on top of the weeding, and it's working for the most part. I'm keeping down, here's a bumblebee, keeping down the weeds and the pollinators. Love my house. So consequently, I've also had some pretty good crops. The honeybees just really love this blooming oregano. Yeah, see, right on cue, there she is. Alright, we also have some beautiful baby squash. Although I think with all the rain, it has literally rained every day that I've been home. That they've burned through the fertilizer that was in that potting soil. I feel like those curling yellow leaves don't seem to be due to any fungus or bugs. I think they're just hungry. So one of the things we're going to do is fertilize all the potted plants. I've already harvested some nasturtium seeds and started to pickle them, so I'll let you know how that caper endeavor goes. Look at that, the nectary is not in the flower apparently. Huh. Or at least there's a supplementary one. I need to trim some of this extra parsley. My peppers are going crazy. I've already gotten half a bushel of peppers. The jalapenos and the habaneros are doing the best. I still have yet to get a good bell, but we're working on it. More squash. This has been my most productive squash so far, and oh goodness, there it is again. Yep, can you see in there? This, I believe, was a cocoselle. They're really good. They're sweet. They work well with just a little butter and onion, salt and pepper. Delicious. The cherry tomatoes have been extremely prolific. Look at them. However, I'm not really pleased with this varietal because they're also super subject to early blight. I keep spraying them, and it doesn't matter. Of course, it has been, as I said, extremely rainy, but look, it's all the way up at the top. Now, I've taken some of the suckers and put them over here and rooted them. So I think that maybe this one might get replaced. I don't know. I have some replacements. I don't think I'll be growing this varietal again next year because it, as I said, is really subject to blight. Look at all my little baby lemons. Oh, and we've got a second flowering. So I'm finally, after, 7-8 years, getting a tree that is having the fruit in all stages, ripe, growing, and blossom. Now, I will admit it's probably not the lemon tree's fault. I neglected it horribly. I probably need to prune that. That would be a good time to prune that. Anyway, olive tree. What's that? More leaves, most like. I sure would like a blossom or two. As I said, time to fertilize everything. Look at my impatiens. They are just massive. Some of them are getting kind of stringy, falling over. The ferns. Turn my basil. There we go. Sage needs some more trimming. I did some Noodles and sage and brown butter sauce, delicious. Even the kids liked it. More sage. Alright, let's go. So, you'll see in a bit that I have a whole bunch more of paper that I need to put in. This was about 9 bags. So you see it takes quite a bit. And I want to go all the way around the walkways and make some permanent paths. This is the most blossoms I've ever gotten out of these rose bushes. These seem to be, again, on my spraying regimen, doing pretty well fighting off the black spot. They're not completely out of the woods, but they're doing pretty well. I planted okra. Yeah, I know, crazy, right? But got a lot of Indian recipes, and I thought, oh, there's ants on it. There's probably aphids. So it is so very much time to spray. Alright, see, there's bell peppers starting. With all this rain, they should be good and juicy, but I might need to stake that plant. Eggplant's finally coming along. I can't believe I did this, but I had a whole bunch of marigolds. Well, that one might still be alive. And with all this rain, they might still be alive. But they came out of that pot where I just thinned them. And I set them out here like I was going to plant them, and plumb forgot about them. Left for a week. And so some of them might still be living. But I think most of them have seen their best days. My cucumbers are finally coming along. Let's see how we're doing with squash. I've got a lot of male squash blossoms. I need to stuff them and eat them. But I haven't yet seen a whole bunch of female squash. Well, there's one. I guess this is going to be a yellow one. Oh, but down here, is this the first signs of the squash borer? I think it might be. Every year, I fight a losing battle with the squash vine borer. Oh, all my lettuce has gone to seed. Well, so you might have heard the chickens got locked in with a predator of some sort. I'm thinking a raccoon. So they are no more until the chicks arrive July 17th. And I have a lesson learned that I need to set a timer to check. Ooh, I hate that. I'm going to rip that up. Anyway, that means I don't really have anything to feed that lettuce to. And JR didn't particularly like it. There we go. I love those because they come up so easily. So, here's another little nasturtium garden. Oh, that needs some severe weeding. Okay, that'll be part of it. Oh, look, a sweet William. Maybe keep that as a late varietal. I seeded these cucumber 3 times, so there is no telling how many will come up. I probably will need to thin them. I've allowed all my parsley and my cilantro to go to seed. I'm extremely proud of my little tongue garden. Although maybe my rosemary's not happy there, I might need to replant it. Might be a little shady for it. But everything else, especially my columbine, mints, catnip. Oh, and look at the front step. I'm so proud of my front step, too. So look. Fern. Impatiens. Even the one that's under the brain sprout's doing pretty well. So I've been swapping those out as they bloom over here. So, same with over here. Putting in new ones. I need to trim some of them back. In fact, speaking of trimming, let's go towards the back. I know it's been a while. I'm really proud of my walkway. Well, my side garden has grown up a bit. So that'll be a project for this fall. But in the meantime, one of my new projects, can you see all my ferns? So that's ferns in my gnome garden. Every single one of those I grew from spores, dude. Here's my calendula blooms. See? What did I step on? Oh, dead kiwi. Gross. Okay, well, hopefully there'll be a good rain soon. Anyway. I'm kind of proud of myself. The mistake of leaving my cement bags really worked. Makes a nice little path. Although I'm not sure if my summer bulbs are going to come to fruition. I mean, I feel like it's pretty much summer. Anyway, one of the other problems that happen with the rain is that all the dead tree limbs, which, see, there's one more dead tree limb directly above this path that needs to come down. It's got, I don't know if you can see it. See if you can zoom in on it. I don't think so. Maybe. You can see the mushrooms growing on it, so that's coming down any day now. And we've had some nice high winds. So what has happened is I've gotten a lot of big tree limbs that I need to cut up and put on my path in my deadfall. Yes, I know it's going to attract snakes. I want to attract snakes. At least king snakes. So, consequently, haven't really spent a whole lot of time out back. I mean, look at the moss that's still growing on it. It's been really, 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 really wet. I mean, it's rained pretty much every day. Which has also been good for my impatiens, so I have an experiment going on here. As you can see, I have some untrimmed impatiens. Those are just native. Some of them, they're all 2 to a pot, and that's how they were blooming. On the ridge here, I trimmed them all back severely and put just a little finger length of grow stick, one of those Miracle Grow container sticks. These that are on the bare ground, I trimmed back and didn't put anything in, and just left the natural water and whatever's remaining in there. Miracle Grow regular potting soil. And we're just going to see which one does better. And this is what I'm especially proud of. So, when I trimmed all of the impatiens, I did them in 2 batches. Let's see. I don't know if this camera's ever going to like the way this is sitting in and out of the sun. So let's do it this way. There you go. When I trimmed the impatiens, I trimmed them all, and I rooted them. Let's see, I don't know if you can see, but they all have substantial root development already. Yeah, they smell funky too. But they've got, I mean, I could transplant them into pots now. So I did these yesterday, along with, I don't know if you can tell, some more ferns and this hydrangea. So I'm just going to take all the trimmings of my favorite plants from here on out and see what roots. Tra-la-la. So I'm hoping we can have some more barbecue fun. I'm ready for it. If it would just stop raining, but I shouldn't say that because we really need the rain. We've been in a drought forever. So sad. Poor chickens. They were just getting personalities too. But oh well. So I've just kind of left it open. Nothing really seems to have moved in. We seem to be good. But the other issue is that since it's been so wet, I haven't gotten into the bees, which is probably for the best for the bees. It means I haven't gone in there and messed with them and rearranged their stuff to the way I think it ought to be. Because it looks like that far hive lutein is having some orientation flights. See how they're hovering around the outside? It's not a whole lot of them coming back from anywhere. They're just kind of learning what the front looks like. And the fact that that's happening before noon is pretty good. That means they've been up early or out early. And those that are flying around today may actually be bringing home some nectar later today. The ladriels are a little bit more productive. And I am going to attempt a hive inspection today. And we will start with Lilith in the middle, because that's the one I was most worried about. Kind of want to do a sugar shake. Yeah, I'll look for eggs, I'll look for honey. I'll do a sugar shake. Squish some beetles. But I'm thinking they all look to be doing pretty well. None of them look empty. Although the least populous hive definitely is the one in the middle. We'll see. Alright, so let's go back in through the garage because I want to show you one more thing. Because we're halfway through the season, right? This is the end of summer. Which I'm still quite displeased with these azaleas. You know, I'm going to give them till next spring. And if they don't just produce some knockout blossoms, they are dead to me. Okay. It's not supposed to rain today. So maybe I can do some of my projects. As I said, I have some chicks coming July 17th, which means I really got to clear some of this out. I saved some old kitchen chairs because I want to make a bench around the tree. Of course, I've got bags and bags of shredded paper that need to be put down. And look, pallets. Got lots and lots of pallets that a nice lady from Free Cycle donated. I love Free Cycle. Now, if I can't make some kick-ass patio furniture before Labor Day, then, you know, I'm not really trying. So that's it from Chez Moi. Hope you enjoyed it. Take one last final view at the impatiens. I've got some nice cultivars going. I'm not sure if you saw. We'll do another video strictly on impatiens later. I'm so proud of myself. Seeds. I grew these all from seeds. This, dear people, is $35 worth of impatiens. Right? Because I saved all the pots. I guess we're counting the potting soil. Call it another $30. So $60 worth of impatiens. But if you bought those like this, it'd be way more. And if I'm successful at cloning these little varietals here, like that's a salmon, that's a cherry splash, and I've got another purple and white one up here. I'll never have to buy another impatient seed. I can just clone them. Look at them, they're beautiful. Look at all that. Stems. Anyway, happy summer from Chez Moi.